What is going on, YouTube? Thammagotcha here. We got some more Great League battles. I took a page out of Purple Kyogre's and we're bringing the Stunfisk Venusaur core, powered it up with Sableye for the safe swap. So shout out to Purple Kyogre. If you haven't visited his channel, go check him out. Amazing PvPer, amazing content creator, and thank you for the team because I'm totally using it. So we're gonna hop into the first matchup here, and the Spice Shadow Arcanine. What the heck? And we're gonna be taking super effective damage, but we technically don't want to swap out here, so I'm just gonna go for the back-to-back rock slides. See what my opponent wants to do. They are probably just gonna farm all the way down, which is completely fine by me, because then I can just bring in my Sableye and get to a foul play and knock this thing out. So this Arcanine is absolutely loaded on energy, and they're letting me build up energy, which is good too. So I'm gonna shield this. See, if my opponent would have swapped out, we kind of would have been screwed. And then I'm gonna shield this one too, because that would hurt a lot. And then I'm just gonna commit to the full farm down. But my opponent decides to bring in a Swampert. Oh my gosh! And in comes Venusaur, and I have to hope this is not an Earthquake, because that would almost KO the Venusaur. But it's not, it's just a Hydro Cannon, and I'm going to throw right when I get the Frenzy Plant because I don't want to take another one. And let's see what happens here. What is the next Pokemon? They're waiting it out, figuring out which Pokemon they want to bring in, and it's their own Shadow Venusaur. And we're going to be able to get to the Sludge Bomb, and that is going to seal the deal here. Because then we can just foul play this Venusaur out of existence. And I think they tried to double up here. I don't know what my opponent did, but we got to the Frenzy Plant, and this is going to knock them out. And I'm going to swap straight into Sableye, throw the foul play, and that's going to be a good game. Very nice Spice by my opponent. Well played, too. Sorry. Hopping into the next match here, we have Stunfisk into Altaria, right where you want to see the Altaria. Absolute amazing lead, and in comes a Deoxys. We hard punish them with the Sableye here. And with the Sableye Deoxys matchup, you don't have to shield the Thunderbolt here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to build up to 2 foul plays, 1 more over, just so I'm at 100 energy, and then I'm going to throw the foul play. I actually did 1 Shoutout over. A little bit of a misplay by my end, but it is what it is. And now we have, we're almost out of return for that Altaria when it wants to come back in. So I'm going to throw the return, expecting them to no shield because I got the Gfisk in the front. But they actually decide to shield, which is completely fine by me, because now I just bring in the Gfisk, and we're going to be able to rock slide this thing. And it is a Medicham in the back, so I'm actually really happy they shielded, because if they didn't shield that, then this would have been a really awkward matchup. They get to a Psychic, and they didn't bait there at all, so I'm really glad I shielded that one. And we're at the back-to-back Frenzy Plants. This should be getting the shield, and the second one is almost going to KO. That was actually a CMP tie. I'm going to shield this just because there's no sense. Even if they do bait, then we're at the second Frenzy Plant, and we're just going to be able to farm down. So now we farm down, and my opponent actually quits the match because we would have made it to a Sludge Bomb, and my Gfisk still had energy. So GG's to my opponent. On to the next game here. Alolan Marowak onto Gfisk. This is kind of an uncomfortable matchup because the Fire Spins do super effective damage. We do get to these rock slides, but we can't technically let go a Shadow Bone because then they just be able to double shield farm down. And my Venusaur or Sableye, I kind of don't want to take a Shadow Bone. So I end up shielding that one. And we make it to the next one right before they get to the next Shadow Bone. This should KO them unless they want to double shield, and they do, but I'm going to come in with my Sableye, and we're going to snipe them down. In comes a Lantern, and I'm going to go straight for the return because I know they already expended a shield, and my Stunfisk in the front kind of walls it, so I went straight for the return there. That does a lot of damage. We're going to take a Thunderbolt, we still live, and they're going to outpace us to the Surf, which is fine because now they're going to be energy dry. And I'm just going to bring my Gfisk back in to either force them to throw energy or farm all the way down. But they actually bring in Trevenant. Sorry, I brought in my Venusaur here. I'm not baiting. I'm going straight for the Sludge Bomb. See what my opponent wants to do. And now I bring in my Gfisk. I either force them to throw energy or I'm going to make them throw their last shield here. I'm going to no shield this. They end up seed bombing, which is absolutely amazing. Because now we get this Rock Slide off. This is going to be forcing the last shield. The issue is that the Trevenant is going to be getting a lot of... Oh, I remember this. The Trevenant got a lot of farm here. And I have a big call to make. I actually end up shielding this, which my opponent baits me correctly. And they're at the back-to-back C-Bomb Shadow Ball. I should have called that. But my opponent takes that game right there. GG's. Very well played to my opponent there. Maybe if I didn't swap out right away. I don't know. Either way. Hopping into the next match. Gfisk and the Skuntank. They swap into a Trevenant. And I swap into my Sableye here. We were kind of slow to swap in. So this could have been a Shadow Ball. But I decided to shield up. And they bait me with the Seed Bomb. Which is honestly completely fine by me. So now I'm just going to throw the Foul Play. I was expecting them to no shield that, but they decided to shield it anyways. So, and my play here is to shield this and then farm all the way down. Have a return loaded for that. What was this, a Skuntank that wants to come back in? I'm thinking maybe there's a Drapion in the back. But the opponent decides to no shield that, and we're actually just able to almost Shadow Claw all the way down. We probably could have, but I thought they were out of move. So that takes out the Skuntank, and in comes a Medicham, and this is a little bit scary. I just have to come in with Gfisk here and throw the Earthquake just to force them to throw their last shield up. And then I should be able to come in with my Venusaur. And even if they do Psychic me, a Psychic is not going to one-shot a Venusaur. So we force them to do their last shield. I come in with Venusaur. And they're only going to be able to make it to a Psychic. I think double Ice Punch, but even then I don't think that would have KO'd. So Psychic does not KO. We are at the Frenzy. This is going to be taking care of that Medicham. And left, right, good night, Medicham. That's a good game. Very well played to my opponent. On to the final matchup of the video here. Stunfisk and the Stunfisk. And you hate to see these matchups are so uncomfortable. So I end up going straight for the Earthquake this time. I mean, I always switch it up. I mean, I bait with the Rock Slider, I bait with the Earthquake. I mean, it's back and forth for me. So then I'm going to go straight for the Earthquake here. See what my opponent wants to do. They do end up shielding that, which is absolutely clutch. And then my opponent decides to overfarm. And I go straight for the Rock Slide here. They call that, actually, sorry, they do shield that, which is absolutely amazing. I'm going to try and call a Rock Slide, but they end up Earthquaking me, and we live on 1 HP. But it doesn't matter, they farm down, and now I bring in my Venusaur. I'm going to let this go. It's just a Rock Slide, so it's not going to KO. I'm going to farm up a little bit of energy, and we throw on CMP there. Unfortunately, this Frenzy Plant does not KO either. Which kind of sucks, because then they're going to make it to another Rock Slide. So I make a really big decision. I decide to no-shield that too, and it's a Gligar in the back. But they are double shields down here. And they're only going for the Night Slash, which is fine, because now I should be able to reach the return before they reach it to their next Night Slash. I'm going to go straight for the return. I'm pretty sure they live this on 1 HP. Oh, a couple HP. And I know this is just another Night Slash, so I'm going to save my shield for whatever is in the back. And we are very, very low on health, and they still have a full HP Pokemon. And it's a Jump Pluff. Oh my gosh. So I decided to save my shield, and we saved it right. Because now I'm going to bring in my Venusaur, and we are almost at a Sludge Bomb. And this should just about KO the Jump Pluff. Jump Pluff is so tanky. And we're going to shield this, and I'm hoping that we can get to the next Frenzy Plant before they reach the Energy Ball. And oh my gosh, they tried to catch him. We have a Sludge Bomb locked and loaded. This is going to be taking care of that Jump Pluff. Wow, what a crazy finale. So GG's, very well played to my opponent. a good 4-1 set for you. Almost a 5-0 to be honest. That could have been a 5-0. But yeah, so this team has been around for a while. It's a very strong team now, especially with all the Altarias you guys have been seeing. Well, I've been seeing. I don't know if you have. Comment down below if you have seen it. But I've seen a lot of Altaria leads. So Stunfisk on the lead is great. Sableye has always been one of a great save swaps. And then Venusaur obviously is a great closer with that Frenzy Plant. If you have a Shadow one, go ahead, give it a try. I do have one, but I don't have it built. I might have the Stardust now thanks to the Calm Day. But yeah, so thank you all for watching. If you are enjoying the content, please leave a like. Comment if you guys want to see anything in the future. And like always, I will see everybody in the next video.